everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and I'm obsessed with books. I have a problem. I have bought so many books. I'm actually going to do this book haul in 2 parts because I have been hoarding books. I've been meaning to film a book haul, and every time I go to get started to do so, something happens to where I have to pause. So I have a million little segments of a book haul. It's just not the vibe. So I'm sitting down, it's Friday night. My kids are in bed. I've got a cup of cozy coffee. I figured, before I wash my face and settle down for bed, I will do at least part 1 of a book haul. So it'll be 2 videos, maybe even 3. I'm just gonna go through the books that I've purchased for 2025 because I have probably purchased 30 books already. Maybe not that many. Maybe so. I don't know. But we're gonna talk about it today. Let's talk about all the books that I have purchased in 2025, and of course I haven't read a single one of them yet, but that's not what this video is about. This video isn't about what we've read. This video is about what we've bought. If you see my hair blowing in the wind, just ignore it. I'm hot, I'm drinking coffee, and I need some air. So this year I did purchase the Book of Night by Holly Black. I have had my eye on this book for a while. The pages kind of feel and look like old notebook pages, which I love. They're textured and they're different lengths, I guess, so it kind of gives it the feel. To me, I just feel that kind of gives an old feeling. I think that's really, I know some people really don't like that, but I'm into it. I think it's really nice. I love how the back of it says even your shadow can be stolen. I don't think I've ever read a Holly Black book, but I've had my eye on this book for a while. There's just something about it that's drawing me, and I think it's the title, The Book of Night, and the moon on the front. And I think this main character sounds really interesting. It says there's always been something wrong with Charlie Hall. Had fingers made for picking pockets, a tongue for lying, and a shriveled cherry pit for a heart. I just think that sounds really cool. If this is supposed to be magical, I don't know. I don't know really anything about it. I just like the title. I like the little jacket blurb, and I like the cover. I bought it. The next book I bought is King Nix. I bought this book off of bookoutlet.com. Me finding bookoutlet.com at the beginning of this year really just catapulted my buying of books. I think I bought a majority of my books this year off of bookoutlet.com. I probably bought 30 books just off of there, if I'm going to be honest with myself. Then I have bought books at Target and Barnes & Noble, and I even went to Ollie's. If you guys have an Ollie's, I went to Ollie's and I got a handful of books for between $3 and $6 each. So at least I'm getting deals on books. But still, it's I don't need, but here we are. So again, the cover and the title of this book is what really drew me in. I was looking at this book over and over on the website, and it's not that the synopsis didn't sound good to me, but it wasn't something that I would normally gravitate to. But I just loved the cover, and I love the name Nix. I have a cat named Nix. I just love it. So I bought it. And this is about a woman who accompanies her husband. They go to a remote island. He's an author. He's trying to finish a book that he's writing, and he's getting inspiration by this remote island and this manor, this mansion that's on the island that they're staying at. But the owner of the mansion / manor, he's weird, he's creepy. He also runs a school, and at this school girls are going missing, and so Anna, the wife of this author, takes it upon herself with another resident at the manor to find these girls. But I think it's going to be kind of like psychologically thrilling because it says that Anna embarks on a dangerous quest to find the missing girls before Arkle, who's like the owner of the manor and also runs the school, before Arkle finds her or her own mind unravels. I think it sounds good for sure, but it's not something that I would typically read, but I think the book was like $4.99, so I was like, I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna give it a go. Another book I got this year is The Witch Haven by Sasha Payton Smith. I did get this book off of the Bookish box. The edges are sprayed and it's got really pretty like artwork on the inside. So it's really pretty. So it's about, I'm not 100% sure what it's about. Obviously witches. I think they're at a school. Yeah, Hexhaven Academy rules for young witches. Mind your instructors. No unsupervised spell work. Don't leave after dark. So obviously we've got witches. We've got an academy. We've got set in 1911 New York City. We're following a 17-year-old named Frances. Kind of like a coming of age, like she's finding sisterhood, she's finding secrets about the school, there's a murderer happening, there's dangerous magic, you know, all these things. So I got this one. And I was adding it to my Goodreads, and I noticed on Goodreads that there is a book 2 called The Witch Hunt. So I got both of these books because why not? The next book I got is What Lies Beyond the Veil. I got this one at Target. It also has these pretty sprayed edges. This is book 1 of Flesh and Bone. I think it's a trilogy, and I think it is a complete trilogy because on the back, book 2 is What Hunts Inside the Shadows. Book 3 is What Lurks Between the Fates. So this obviously isn't a new book if the trilogy is complete. I don't know if they just recently, oh, that's cool. The first page chapter runs like a snake. I don't know if they just got a new cover, so, you know, it's been republished with a new cover. Because I do think I have heard of these books before, so I think that we just got a new cover. I think that's all that this is, but this author has also written The Coven of Bones. That sounds, oh yes, that sounds so familiar because I have those books. I read them last year. I think they're downstairs because I have the ones with the sprayed edges, and I loved those 2 books. Okay, so yeah, I bet you I saw these books mentioned in those books because I was like, I know I've heard of these books before. Yeah, okay. So The Coven of Bones is a duology. It's The Coven and The Cursed. I'm not going to get into it in this video because that's not what this video is for, but I really did enjoy those books. I do wish that there was another book or that the books were longer because they were very short. Anyways, since I wasn't going to get into it, I'm not going to get into it. So I'm excited to read this book now that I realize it's the same author of that duology because I really did love that duology. My only like complaint about those 2 books is that they weren't longer or there wasn't a 3rd book in the duology. So, ooh, I get to read more of this author. I'm excited. I might have to put this on my April TBR. The next 2 books that I got, I'm just going to mention them together because they go together. They're a pair. I got these at Walmart and they were on sale. I think they were like $14. And I don't know which one is first, but I got The Vow of the Shadow King and The Heart of the Shadow King. Let's see, which one's first? Oh, that's right. So I actually don't have book 1. This is book 2. This is book 2 and this is book 3. The first book is Bride of the Shadow King. So I guess I'm gonna have to I guess I'm gonna have to buy that if I want to read this trilogy. And I think the trilogy is called Bride of the Shadow King. Yeah, Bride of the Shadow King series. So far there's 3 books out. I don't know if there's gonna be more, or if it's just a trilogy. I'm gonna have to get the first book before I can dive into it. But I think I just decided to buy them because they were on sale. Like, they were for both of them it was 14 bucks. So I figured I would just buy the first one off Amazon. I don't know what I was thinking, but for whatever reason I decided to buy book 2 and 3 of this series that I have never heard of. Of course. Another book that I picked up this year is called Dark Earth. One thing about me, I love a mythology retelling. Oh, I just love those books. I can never get enough of mythology retelling. And this book is no different than all the other ones. They all fall into the category that, yes, I want to read it. This is by Rebecca Scott. So this is a thrilling tale of sisters, magic, and myth set in the Dark Ages. It says Dark Earth recreates an ancient world steeped in myth and folklore and introduces 2 unforgettable women who come to vibrant life on the page. This beautiful, profound novel about oppression and power that puts a female perspective on a historical period dominated by men's stories. We love it. And the cover, are you kidding? She's gorge. Another book that I picked up at, I want to say I got this at Barnes and Noble. It's The Daughter of the Blood. Now, this is an Anne Bishop book. This book is not new. I think it was first published in like 1999 or something like that. Ace Trade paperback edition 2025, but it was the first mass market edition was in March of 1998. So on the cover it does say that it's a trilogy, but it is not a trilogy. The Black Jewels trilogy. I don't know why it says that, because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books in the Black Jewels series. So I am not sure why it says book 1 of the Black Jewels trilogy, because that's not accurate. But either have read the Sacred Stones trilogy, but this book kind of like gives me those vibes, because like they talk about like different stones in here and what the stones mean, and I haven't read the series, so I don't know all like the ins and outs of it, and this is obviously way more books than the Sacred Stones. That is a trilogy, and this, I think, what I said, 12 books. So I'm not sure how the story evolves, but I have heard of this book before. Obviously I've heard of Anne Bishop, but I've never read it, so I'm excited. 12 books is a lot to get through. I'm not like eager to like speed read through it like I was with like Sarah J Maas or something like that. Like I just gobbled that up. Don't have the same energy for this book in this trilogy or series, but I will just gradually take my time through reading these 12 books. I only have the first one. I didn't like go insane and buy all 12 at once, because that's definitely something I would do. Another book that I got this year is When Among Crows. This is another one that I got mainly because I thought the cover was so cool. The author of this book is Veronica Roth. And this is a really short book. This book is 163 pages, and I think it sounds really, really good. It says, a curse, a calling, a sacrifice. It says, we bear the sword and we bear the pain of the sword. Pain is Demeter's calling. His family is one in a long line of hunters who sacrifice their souls to slay monsters. Now he's tasked with a deadly mission: find the legendary Baba Yaga. I'm guessing it's pronounced with like a J and not like a H, like Haga. There's nothing that indicates this should be pronounced like an H, but it's like Baba, then Jaga. So I don't know if it should be Jaga or Haga or Yaga. I don't know. I don't know how this J is supposed to be pronounced. But we're just gonna say Baba Yaga. To reach her, Demeter must ally with the ones he's sworn to kill. Pain is Allah's inheritance, a fear-eating Zmora with little left to lose. Allah awaits death from the curse she carries. When Demeter offers her a cure in exchange for her help, she has no choice but to agree. Together, they must fight against time and the wrath of the Chicago underworld. But Demeter's secrets and his true motives may be the thing that actually destroys them. Wind Among Crows is swift and striking, drawing from the deep well of Slavic folklore and asking of redemption and atonement can be found in embracing what we fear most. If anyone knows like Slavic language rules, like how the J should be pronounced in that, I feel like Baba Yaga is not right. It feels, you know, something that just feels funny to say, because I know that Baba Yaga, is a witch. But it's just not, but I'm used to seeing it with a Y. I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced Baba Yaga. In Slavic, it's just spelt with a J opposed to a Y. I don't know. But if you know, let me know. Next, we have an enchantment of ravens. I ordered this off of Amazon. Sorry, my mic died. I had to switch out my mic. Okay, so I don't know if anything got cut off, but this is the enchantment of ravens. And this was indirectly recommended to me on YouTube by a YouTuber that I watch. I don't remember which one. Yes, I do. It was Elliot Brooks. She mentioned this book in one of her videos. I think she was saying if you liked I don't know if it was Throne of Glass or ACOTAR. I think it was if you liked ACOTAR, you would like this one. One of the Sarah J. Maas book series, not Crescent City, but it was either ACOTAR or Throne of Glass. If you liked that book, or that series, then you would like this book. This is a standalone book, which I can get behind with the same vibes as the Sarah J. Maas world. I was like, sign me up. That's what I'm after. That's what I love. I don't know too much about the book other than there's a girl. She has like an affinity for ravens, and I'm assuming it's fantasy romance because of the connection that Elliot Brooks made with the Sarah J. Maas vibes. So really that's all I need to know. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. If you've read this book, let me know what you think. A more recent purchase that I have that I'm really excited to read, I'm going to read this book in April, is Grave Empire by Richard Swan. Another YouTuber that I really enjoy. Her YouTube name is really weird to me, but I will link it down below. She read this book, I think, in February, and she raved about it. She loved it. I think she's familiar with Richard Swan, where I am not. I have never read a Richard Swan book. I think this is more epic fantasy with maybe like hints of romance, but romance is not like forthcoming on the pages. I think it's more quest driven. It's definitely like political. Like on the cover, we've got like cannons and pirate flags, and then you also have got like I think they must be on a boat because we've got sharks. Oh yeah, and there's like soldiers that remind me of like Confederate soldiers. We've got like a wolf dressed up like a soldier. So we've got all types of just like really fantastical stuff going on. Looks like there's even like swords underneath here. Yeah. Oh, it's the Empire of Wolf. I guess that's why we've got wolves dressed like soldiers. Oh, and there will be another one that says the story continues in book 2 of the Great Silence. Okay, so yeah. And last but certainly not least, the most recent book I picked up is The Rebel Witch, book 2 in the Crimson Moth series. I've been waiting for this book for what feels like all of my life. I love the Crimson Moth. I know that it got like some mixed reviews. Some people were like not into it at all. Some people loved it. To me, it had everything I needed and wanted, and it just did it for me. The ending of that book left me breathless. I was like, what? So I'm really hoping that this book has a little bit more spice in it. I hope that the female main character and the male main character, her love interest, I hope that we get more out of them. I'm really interested to see like what Rune does now that she's like escaped with these witches. Like, I don't know, like what's Gideon gonna do? Like, I know that like they're like enemies to lovers, back to enemies again. Like, it just like, I need to know what's going on, you know? So yes. All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for watching my book haul part 1 today. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Leave me a comment down below if you have read any of the books that I talked about today, or if you have purchased any of these books and they are also sitting on your TBR. If you read Rebel Witch, don't tell me anything about it. Because I'm literally going to start that book probably next week. It is Friday. By, I bet, Sunday, I will be reading that book. So just, because I will definitely do like a review or like a discussion or a something about that book, because I'm so excited. I have not watched anyone's review or like talk about it over Rebel Witch. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't want any spoilers. I don't want anyone's opinions. But when I do read it, you guys will know. I will definitely post something. I will upload something, ranting and raving. Hopefully I love it. Hopefully it's a 5-star read. I don't know if it'll be a 5-star read, but hopefully it's at least like a 4. I am expecting and anticipating it to at least be a 4-star read. Like, for sure. Please be on the lookout for part 2. I'm looking at the stack of books that I still need to talk about with you guys, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe so you don't miss any other videos like my book haul part 2 and my review, discussion, rant, rave about Rebel Witch. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.